Hello everyone. In this short video, I would like to demonstrate about Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk is one of the most popular service in AWS, where in most of the companies you won't see. So you would be seeing this service, most of them in companies where you have lesser operational engineers or lesser infrastructure engineers. EBS stands for Elastic Beanstalk. This service is something which was developed by Amazon, keeping the developers in mind. So certain companies where they are having a certain amount of developers, where they don't have engineers who can maintain infrastructure, or where an application, if you see certain companies where they have developers, or certain companies like startups where most of the things will be designed and developed in a development centric approach. So people who wants to focus more on the development and who wants Amazon to take care of their platform, like your Tomcat or Spring Boot or Node.js, in such environments, you will be seeing this service called as Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk is a platform as a service. So platform as a service is one of the business model. So it falls under the stack of Elastic Beanstalk, falls under the stack of platform as a service cloud business model. So the main goal of this platform as a service business model is, so the cloud provider like your Amazon will give you the platform. You say that, hey Amazon, I want Tomcat. Hey Amazon, I want Spring Boot. Hey Amazon, I want Node.js based environment. So Amazon on behalf of you creates a server, EC2 server, with the capacity that you mentioned, along with the platform like your Tomcat or Node.js or Docker, whatever the environment that you mentioned. So Amazon creates the environment for you. All you need to do as a developer has to deploy the application. So you as a developer has to develop the application and can deploy the application into the platform as a service provider, EBS. EBS stands for Elastic Beanstalk. So this service helps you just running your applications, where your developers develop the application and they only will deploy the applications into this environment. So developers look at the development and AWS look at your platform, where it scales to the very greater extent which is beyond your expectation and imagination. So here, if you go with the platform as a service, obviously Amazon is taking care of your maintenance, right? So obviously, when compared to a normal approach, so it will be little expensive, and at the same time it will be based on the number of requests and the amount of storage that you consume. And this helps you. And another important advantage with Elastic Beanstalk is you can run multiple versions of your applications. For example, if you're having an application called as, for example, ecom1, or a payment application, which is written in Python. If you want to run 6 versions of Python application, you can deploy 6 environments parallelly and can test it parallelly. And the best advantage with Elastic Beanstalk is it supports almost all the technologies. You name a technology, a happening one, Amazon supports that. So in this short video, I would like to demonstrate you how to deploy a sample application like Node.js or Python or any application, and then we can create an environment. Let's see how easy it is. If you come here, so in the Amazon, I already signed into my AWS account. All you need to do is EBS. EBS stands for Elastic Beanstalk. It says that run and manage your web applications. Click this. All it takes is 2 to 3 minutes of time to create your application. So all you need to do is just create an application and just say some name like I'm going to start my batch 55 Node.js, and I would like to say it as version 1. Just a name, okay? Node.js application I would like to test. If you have any tags, you can say like this is env is development environment, and you can tell that the version that you are going to deploy is okay, oh, 0.0.1. And the platform, for example, if you're developing an application based out of Tomcat, or if you're developing an application based out of Spring Boot, or if you're developing an application based off Python, for example, I like Python, I'll choose Python. You can choose any version of your choice. Okay, so almost all the happening technologies are supported by it. For example, I'm interested in Go. Okay, you can mention the platform branch and which version that you want. Okay, anything of your choice. And then either I don't have any application at this point of time. If you want Amazon to deploy a sample application, you can click this. Or if you have any application, you can upload it. For example, if you are using Maven based project, you can upload your jar file. Or if you're using a Python based application, you can upload for zip file. So the end product, the binary of your application can also be uploaded. Either you can upload it from your computer, or you can also mention the S3 bucket. Okay, so I would like to deploy an application, sample application. And if you would like to configure more options, you can create it. You can let me walk you through. Okay, so if you want to change the platform version, you can change that. Okay, and what sort of instances you want, that can also be mentioned. And a load balancer, whether you want load balancer or not, Okay, so all this information, like whether you want to enable monitoring or whether you want notifications to set up, everything can also be configured. But for now, I would like to go with very basic options. And coming back to the important options, so as a part of the free tier, I would like to go with single instance. Okay, or if you want spot instances, you can also choose this option. Okay, when you choose high availability, two instances would be created. Okay, two instances would be created. And if you keeping the availability in mind on zone 1 and zone 2 of North Virginia, it's going to be created. Or if you're concerned about billing, you can also tell that I want one spot instance and one on-demand instance. Or you can also mention your custom configuration if you're comfortable. So I would like to go with free tier since it is free. So for the demonstration purpose, I would like to create an app. I did mention to create a Python-based application, even though the name says Node.js. I just selected a Python-based application. So what in the backend Amazon is doing is it is going to create a server to you, and on the top of it, it's going to install Python 3. And once Python 3 is installed, it is going to deploy the sample application or the application that you have mentioned, and then it is going to attach a load balancer to it. And then once the load balancer is provisioned, you will get an option to access the endpoint. So it will take 2 to 3 minutes of time. So I would like to wait for 2 to 3 minutes of time. Okay, so this is one advantage with Elastic Beanstalk. So Elastic Beanstalk you see mostly in companies where you see a lesser operational team or lesser infrastructure team. So their developers cannot maintain the infrastructure where they don't want to do the maintenance of it. If you create things on the top of your own, you are responsible for maintaining the patching and updates of your Linux server. And if you are using any Python or Node.js, you are responsible for updating the versions of your application, and you are responsible for maintaining the storage and backup of your servers, underlying servers. If you don't want to take care of any of these maintenance tasks, you can choose Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk is one of the most old service in AWS. So initially the cloud providers came up with the concept of platform as a service. So since the start of Amazon, as per my knowledge, this Elastic Beanstalk is there. And if you consider Google Cloud, Google Cloud, so they also came up with the concept of platform as a service in general in the initial phases of your deployment. So keeping these points in mind, and Elastic Beanstalk helps you in creating your application by Amazon taking care of your underlying infrastructure. Okay, so I think it's taking time. If you see this, the status of it is pending, which means the health is not yet comfortable. Let's wait for it. Loading the Elastic Beanstalk. And if you see this infrastructure is created, load balancer is provisioned, security group is provisioned, and the IP that it was allocated to me is this, and the environment health has transitioned to pending. Initializing is in progress, running for 5 seconds. There are no instances. And waiting for EC2 instances to launch. This may take a few minutes. And now if you go to the EC2 panel, you can see that one instance would be coming up, which was created by, which was created by, okay, so B55 Node.js -l, it is running state and the status checks are initializing. If you go and check the status checks, both the system status checks and the instance status checks are initializing. That means it is not at operational yet. So this instance was created by EBS as a part of your instance bootstrap on EBS. So it will take a little while. We need to bear with that. So instance deployment has completed successfully. The time is 2:07. The local time is 2:07 now. So we need to wait for a couple of more minutes. So if you see the health of it is okay, so you can mention that, okay, you can see that this application is sample application and the platform state is supported. And you can also see the health is okay. And Amazon has given you an endpoint. Using this endpoint, you can even access it publicly. Can you see this? So congratulations, your EBS Beanstalk is now running and is dedicatedly running on your AWS cloud. Okay, likewise, you can create your infrastructure, you can deploy your infrastructure, you can deploy your applications. As a developer, you can develop your own infrastructure and you can deploy your own application without maintaining the need of infrastructure. This way you can deploy your applications as a developer without the need of infrastructure using Elastic Beanstalk. And having said that, when compared to you creating a server in installing the application and deploying the application, Amazon is maintaining things of your own. So Amazon is going to charge you is going to charge you little more than what it is supposed to cost you just for load balancer and EC2. Okay, so Elastic Beanstalk is something which is used in a more development centric approach where you have lesser infrastructure engineers like cloud or DevOps engineers. Okay, Thank you very much. It's very straightforward. Just tell which environment you want, upload your application. That's it. Boom. Amazon is going to take care of it. And that's it. Thank you very much. I'll come back to you with a very short video next. Thank you. Bye.